Or Mr. Chair.
Next item we'll have is would it be the Pledge of Allegiance? Mr. Lee, will you start us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the next item we have is on the agenda is, first of all, do we have any amendments or any changes on the agenda that we need to the board?
I move to approve the agenda.
I second.
Second, is there a roll call?
Sure. Mr. Leiner,
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence Quintana.
Yes.
Ms. Esperanza Pacheco.
Yes.
Mr. Rick Rubio.
Yes.
Mr. Raul Medrano.
Yes.
Motion carries, sir.
Okay, moving on. The next item we have is the approval of the minutes for October 20th, 2025, and December 15th of 2025. Have we all had an opportunity to go through?
Yes, I do have a couple of corrections. There is no S in my surname, and I think we misspelled Barachos.
So how do you spell it? E-I?
E-I-N-E-R.
Okay.
Can I please get the Wi-Fi password again?
Einer.
Yes.
Yes, we have approved this. We did approve it.
You did? I remember seeing it. Too.
Does it show the date?
No, they're reapplying for it, I guess. But it's the old police department and fire department,
Yes.
and we had approved that. We gave them permission to.
Okay, so let's go to the minutes. Let's go
Okay, go
let's go
ahead.
back to our minutes and we got the October 20th and December 15th of 2025 last year. Should we any other corrections that besides the ones that Mr. Reiner brought up that we need to? Is there a motion to accept the minutes from 2025?
I move to approve with the noted corrections.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
We have roll call?
Sure. Mr. Leiner,
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence Quintana.
Yes.
Mr. Raul Medrano.
Yes.
Ms. Esperanza Pacheco.
Yes.
And Mr. Rick Rubio.
Yes,
Motion carries, sir.
Okay. The next item is do we have any public input?
No public input at this time.
Okay.
that's with you.
All right. Next item on the agenda is the conduct of a public hearings regarding the roof repairs and replacements of and the bell tower repair and removal of some equipment of the roof at the old city hall at 626 6th Street, Las Vegas, New Mexico. Do we have
I have a motion to go into public hearing session.
do I have a second?
Second,
Mr.
All right, Mr. Lawrence Quintana.
Please?
Mr. Rick Rubio.
Yes.
Ms. Esperanza Pacheco.
Yes.
Mr. Raul Medrano.
Yes.
And Mr. Leiner.
Yes.
We're now in a public hearing, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I think Mr. Archuleta is going to be doing the,
Mr. Chair, before we continue, I'd like to bring it to the board's attention that we had already approved all of this. All of it. From the roof to the bell tower, to the windows, everything, it had already been approved.
If I may, Mr. Chair and Board, I was not working at the time.
Right.
If it was approved, again, this was just brought forward by our grant writer, Mr. Robert Archuleta. I don't know if you have any recollection of this being approved.
Mr. Chair and Member Rubio, I don't recall myself or anyone regarding this project coming forward for a new roof. In the past, we did do some approvals to get some of the trusses and catwalk under the roof fixed so that it could be architecturally put in the catwalk so the architects can safely do their assessments there. But in terms of a new roof, there's been no new roof. In the past, we did some temporary roof repairs just to get the water from penetrating the building. But in terms of a new roof, would be my first presentation for a new roof. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other, what's the consensus of, of the board?
I would,
Are we in a public hearing at this point?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
I would ask that we proceed with him telling us exactly what the project's gonna entail so that we can ask questions.
I
That's the right thing to do.
I feel the same way. I think it's, we're here, so it's being presented before us. And obviously to go back to the records, to the archives, I'm not sure how far we'd go back, Mr. Rubio.
I
But
don't,
I am not.
I could probably find them with my files, but that's a while back, so. You're talking about just the roof, correct?
The roof and the bell tower.
Right. And you've already worked on windows?
Well, before we continue, shall
Well,
we
let's continue.
bring it, so we swear him in first,
Yes.
Mr. Archuleta?
Do you have the ordinance in there?
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony that you are about to give in this matter shall be
Have to go
the
to-
truth,
go through
the whole
all the
truth,
I think
and
that
nothing but the
was
truth?
on me.
Yes, I do.
I think this was
Mr. Archuleta, if you might proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. Again, my name is Robert Archuleta. I am with Arch Consulting. I'm a contractor for the city of Las Vegas. I've been consulting with them for about 3 years now. So I've been working on this project for quite some time, which I'll go into in detail here as I go through my notes. But you have before you some roofing plans that were prepared by Soleto Architecture from Tomas Sanchez. This gentleman is the same person that's worked on the trolley building at New Mexico Highlands, and he's done some other work, I believe, maybe the Rogers building. Anyhow, he is helping us create the roofing plans for Old City Hall. The City of and I'm here to seek approval of that. But before I get into that, the City of Las Vegas received a Quality of Life grant from the Department of Finance and Administration a couple years ago, a grant that I wrote for $320,000. Thus far, that grant has been used partially for architectural design, and then the rest of it will go for repairs of the roof if approved today. The city's conducted some planning and a lot of assessments, a lot of consultation with different entities. And we've determined that the best course of action for this building right now is to get the water off the building. The current roof that it has is not conducive to the needs of that building. It's impacting the stone. It's impacting parts of the internal part of the building. So we need to get the water off that building in order to create more preservation efforts so that it can be properly architecturally designed in the future. So putting on the roof is the prerequisite to everything in that building in order to preserve it further. Again, water has been the main issue in the building, which has caused some of the issues with the stone being deteriorated, particularly in the west facade in the front and the north side facing the Father George Center. It's kind of impacted a little bit of that stone. So this repair will get the water to the integrated gutters that are already built up there and get it to downspouts into the streets and get it off the building, which is, again, the most important thing for this building right now before it can even get to further usage in the future. So this new roof will repair and refurbish the integrated gutter system and install new downspouts. They will do a cut on one of the sidewalks to make sure that there's a French drain to get that water onto the street and not the sidewalk to impact pedestrians. They'll install some stones that were removed on the top. Those were removed for just assessment, and they'll be putting those back and restore the top to its original look. They're going to repair and replace some of the corbels that are deteriorated, especially at the top of the tower. return them to their original look and paint them, original white. And they'll repair some of the soffits on the roof. The roof will be a corrugated metal roof, similar to the color it has now, which is kind of like a light brown, similar to the shingles that are on it. And again, the architect that's been working on this is Soleto Architectural Firm. He is going to be working with SHPO to make sure that we get a letter from them that everything's good to go with the roof plans. So he's in Las Vegas, Nevada today, and he couldn't be here today, but he advised me to let the board know that, he's working with SHPO to make sure that everything's good to go with the plans. And again, the installation of this roof is really the prerequisite to this building. We cannot do anything with this building until we address this water situation, because it will continue to further damage the stone and further damage the windows, so we really need to get that water off. The second step that I've been working on is I've been working with the New Mexico Environment Department for about 3 years now with the voluntary remediation program. The building is, on the inside, is full of lead-based paint and asbestos. So through a grant, the Environment Department has acquired a contractor that's going to clean all the asbestos and lead-based paint on the inside. So no work, no preservation work, no planning, no architectural design can be done within that building until that contamination is removed from that building. So the first step would be the roof, get the water off. Second step would be removing the contamination. The third step would be getting the architecture back in there to design whatever the building is going to be used for, whether it's a museum or office space or a cultural center, whatever they decide, then at that point they can go in there and design that building. Now, in addition to the cleanup, which is going to cost $351,000, that cost is being absorbed by the state of New Mexico. So it's no cost to the city. So once that's removed, they will also pay for a design charrette where they'll come in with planners to meet with the community and stakeholders to talk about, okay, what exactly do we want to use the building for? They'll work with staff, they'll work with the community, they'll work with you guys to see what we should use the building for, okay? So then at that time, once all that's taken care of, then the city can then fully move towards architecturally design. Now, there's been a lot of anecdotal information out there, a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors that it's going to cost an enormous amount of money and this and that. But we really don't know until there's construction documents, right? The construction documents gives you the exact amount plus or minus as to what it's going to cost to renovate that building. But nonetheless, as it stands right now, the big issue right now is getting this thing roofed. We have spent about $55,000 around there on planning and architectural thus far. So the rest of the money is going to be going to the repairs of the tower and the roof. And then the city has committed to any overages beyond that. I have spoken with mayor and city manager, and they are going to put forth the rest of the money. But we should be within budget, more or less. So at this time, I'll stand for any questions, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Quintana?
Yeah, I'm interested in the corbels. Are they providing, I don't know what the corbels are made out of. They're made out of wood? And are you replacing it with wood or with a metal?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Quintana, I believe that they'll restore them to what they were before. Yeah.
All right. And then I noticed you're also doing the bell tower. You're doing some restructuring there. There's some damaged corbels there.
Yes.
And on the north side, there's also a lot of damage there.
Yes. They'll be repairing all that to its original look.
Okay.
Any other questions?
And I just one other question.
Sure.
You're changing, it originally was probably a metal roof instead of the asphalt shingle that was probably put in later because it was cheaper.
Mr. Chair, Member Quintana, I'm not quite sure what the original roof was, But, you know, in speaking with our architect, I mean, this is the best course of action
Yeah.
for the water.
For preservation.
For
of that.
preservation.
Yeah.
And those shingles that are on it right now could put, I think there's a few underneath that have some asbestos. They just need to come off. This is better technology.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I do believe it had, what do you call it, the masonry shingles? They were made out of clay, the clay shingles at the very beginning, and then they removed them.
Yeah.
And they put in the regular asphalt shingles. But did they remedy the pigeon problem that they were having?
Mr. Chair, Member Rubio, yes, we've received a couple of grants in the past for remediation of the pigeon guano. And they have sealed off all the windows. The windows are going to be a whole other issue later on that will probably come forth with the design review board. But they're very thin windows, so it doesn't take much for a pigeon to bump into it and break it and create an opening. So what we've done a couple of times is go in there and mothball the building by adding plywood or whatever, just to prevent them from going in.
Okay, because if I do recall,
Yeah.
when we let you have it the first time, it was also to replace the windows and several other items inside. So, to my friend here with the city, I'm gonna ask you to look for the documentation on that one, because if they already have a permit, he won't have to come back to us. And I know it's in there.
Okay, we will definitely do some digging for that file, Mr.
I'll look for it myself at the house, because I keep my files also.
We will do that.
Okay.
Any other questions, board?
Oh, one other,
Can I?
yeah, okay.
Can I? I've got a couple, on that tower, Mr. Chileta, does that also take, corrugated up there? I'm not sure how big the tower is, but is it also
Mr.
gonna?
Chair, yes, that's correct. It'll match what's underneath it.
And my next question is, you said the state will, come with they're gonna do the funding for the cleanup,
Yes, that's correct.
correct? That's not part of the grant?
No, that's a separate one.
Okay.
That grant comes from New Mexico Environment Department.
And my other question is, what kind of time frame do you have, do we have a time frame that this will,
The grant ends June 30th of this year, so the plans, upon approval from this group and upon approval from SHPO, we're looking at going to construction probably like in the month, if everything goes well. And it shouldn't take that long to get it roofed and taken care of. And then the EPA, well, the purchase order from the state for the company that's going to be cleaning up the asbestos and contamination already is ready to go. You know, they just need to do the planning and when they're going to be here and things like that.
So it's also stated that you're going to remove some objects off the roof. Are that the antennas that you're going to remove from the roof?
Yeah, I believe there's some older technology up there, some antennas that were used for radio communications. Currently, right now, there's another project I'm working on with Chief Caleb, is that we are going from analog to digital. We have a couple of legislative appropriations going on with that, where they're going to be transferring everything from analog to digital. So in that sense, a lot of that will get addressed.
Okay, I just want to make sure we got that for the record because it's one of the items that you mentioned and I wanted some clarification on that.
Thank you.
Okay, when you say you're shifting over to digital, that means you're gonna be streaming, right? You will not need antennas on the roof.
Mr. Chair, Member Rubio, I'm not the expert in that field. However, that's what I've been advised, that it'll be going, to digital,
Be streaming,
more technologically advanced.
right?
any other questions? Randy?
Just a comment. It turns out that the original roof was metal. It was something at the time that was called Turniplate, which is steel with an overlay of a lead tin alloy. You know, that's probably gone the way of buggy whips and celluloid collars, but that's what it was.
Yeah, because I do remember at one time they had the clay roof on it, the wavy one.
Mhm.
And then that went by the wayside too.
And just another comment, I think, like, I was telling Mr. Quintana that in 1978, I was a city cop, and I worked out of that building for whatever sports department. So it's got some history in my case,
Sentimental value.
sentiment.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was a city cop then in 78, so I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, it's the first municipal building in the state of New Mexico. The historical value of this building, not only to the state, but to the city is extremely important. And it really sets the tone for a city like ours that's based on historical significance. So it's really important that we do something with this building.
With that said, I don't know if we have any other questions, but
Either.
I moved that we
All
close
questions were answered.
the session.
Okay, at this time, can we have a motion?
I so moved.
Is there a second?
Seconded.
All right, roll call?
Mr. Lawrence Quintana,
Yes.
Mr. Leiner,
Yes.
Ms. Esperanza Pacheco,
Yes.
Mr. Rick Rubio,
Yes.
Mr. Roland Medrano.
Yes. Mr. Chaleta, thank you for presenting your case. Regarding the, yes. Do they call it the city hall, by the way? They still call it, some people
I
used to
still
call it
call it the old city hall.
the old city hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I move that we approve the request to replace the roof and do the work as presented.
Is there a second?
There's a second.
Seconded.
Mr. Oak?
Mr. Lawrence Quintana,
Yes.
Mr. Rick Rubio,
Yes.
Mr. Leiner,
Yes.
Ms. Esperanza Pacheco, and Mr. Roland Medrano.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. Chair. As presented, item is approved.
Okay, I don't think we have anything else. Is there a motion to?
I got one
You're
more.
good to
Okay,
go.
Mr. Booth?
Again, Pam's Flowers. Has the city checked with what they did?
I have to check with
Front
our,
door is not what we approved. Have you seen it?
No.
You have, right?
There's something here in the minutes, stating that the city did contact them and it says here on December 15th minutes. It talks about how we brought up, but it also does state here that the city did reach out to them and they didn't have, it says, while a follow-up with the director was mentioned at this time, there's no clear action plan to address non-compliance at this time. Which means, you know, like, if people are coming to us for approval and asking us, you know, like, or stating that they're gonna do things with these historic buildings and then it turns out that they change it, why are they coming to the board for approval in the first place? And then if, like, what grounds of authority do we have to either stop construction or, you know, maybe they get cited or, you know, that falls on the designer's plans that they need to be, you know, more responsible about, you know, coming up with plans that may shift construction, you know, like there needs to be something. Like,
We don't know, you know, once it approved by us, and let's say they alter something and it has to do with egress, which it probably is. Fire egress is probably, because it was a change in that matter, well then that goes to code enforcement. And if code enforcement says they followed all the appropriate CID requirements, then it's not something for us to follow up on.
Well, as far as the fire prevention, there was, the only change they were doing with fire prevention was widening the door. But they were still required to put in the original style door, which they did not do. They butted it square out on the street level or sidewalk level. And that's not what we approved.
Did we
Chair,
approve the windows as they are? I didn't look closely, but driving by, it was just,
No, we didn't
they're
approve
different.
those windows either. We approved what was, they were supposed to stay in compliance with the way it was before. And there was a little, what'd you call it? An entrance way.
It was tiny, yes. And it was like a hallway almost, and now there's like this huge, big steel window.
And it's flush on the sidewalk.
So
And
it
if,
it changed the front.
If this is gonna happen, then why bother coming to us if they're gonna do what they wanna do?
Or at least, you
Then-
know, like at least have that where if it's changing, you know, let us know.
Yeah.
You know, let us know, okay, well, this faltered, we need to put this so that way the rest of everything doesn't change, whatever, you know, but they changed the structure of that side of the building.
Yeah, so if they're gonna make a change, they need to come in and re-permit it. That way, everybody's aware of what's happening and they're not doing what they wanna do.
Understood, members of the board. I'll get with my director and we'll see what we could go from there, next plan of action from there.
And then getting back to the old fire department and police station, I do believe Lucas was the chair at the time, so you might ask him.
Okay, all right.
Any other,
I may have a suggestion, you know, I like sitting here and seeing city personnel coming and wanting to, you know, preserve a lot of the historic buildings that the city does own. So I'd like to, you know, maybe start a list from around buildings here in Las Vegas that the city does own that we should be looking into that need repairs, need windows, need to be updated, maybe, you know, are falling or chipping or things like that, so that way the city stays on track. And instead of working with budget deadlines and grant deadlines and things, we're already having, you know, motion lists going where we're keeping up the historic buildings in the town for the city. You know, of course, we take it amongst ourselves to look and all that for other people's things as well too, but you know, if the city has the budget for it and that's what our whole role is to be on this, is we should be like first in line to make sure we're setting a good example to the community by preserving what we already own.
Not only that, but also because there was a permit up prior, issued previously, we don't know what happened to the funding they had. See, so they
That was
could have
gonna
lost
be
the
a
funding
question too.
because of the delays that they ran into.
any motions? A motion?
To
Close here?
adjourn,
To adjourn?
Second.
so moved?
Is there a second?
Second it.
Roll call?
Mr. Leiner,
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence Quintana.
Yes.
Mr. Rick Rubio.
Yes.
Ms. Esperanza Pacheco.
Yes.
And Mr. Roland Medrano.
Yes.
I'm not a quarter.
Thank you, Mr. Rubio. Or
I don't, at the same time, it's like,
It's a concern.